Okay, so have you ever like just sat there and wondered if maybe there's a, way to bring in just a little more money?
Well, if you have, you're definitely in the right place for this deep dive.
Yeah.
The stuff you sent over is absolutely packed with ways to increase your income, and it's all very practical,
Yeah, it really is. And we've gone through it all and pulled out 10 very distinct strategies for making more money.
Yeah, and it covers so many different angles.
I was so surprised by the variety of approaches.
Yep.
We're talking about everything from using skills you already have in a new way to setting up these income streams that kind of run themselves, and even leveraging stuff you already own to bring in some extra cash.
It's pretty incredible.
Yeah, so our mission in this deep dive is to break down each of these 10 methods.
Totally.
We really want to highlight those key steps, and what makes each one potentially beneficial.
Sounds good.
Let's jump right in with freelancing.
Okay, so freelancing, it's really all about taking those skills you've already honed and finding clients who will pay you for them.
Makes sense.
And the best part is you can often get started pretty quickly and start seeing some earnings sooner rather than later.
So in the material we reviewed, there were some skills that popped up again and again as being in high demand in the freelance world.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Things like writing graphic design programming, video editing.
Those are always hot.
Yeah, and honestly, there's a good chance that a lot of you listening have at least one of these skills or something similar that you could totally be making money from.
Absolutely.
So where do you even start with this?
Well, first things first, you got to figure out which of your skills people are actually willing to pay for.
Makes sense.
And then the material really emphasizes the importance of putting together a portfolio, even if you haven't had any paying clients yet. Showing off some examples of your work is essential.
Even if it's just stuff you did for yourself.
Exactly. Even personal projects can show potential clients what you're capable of.
It's all about proof of skill.
Yeah, a quick tip here. Try to tailor your portfolio samples to the type of work you're hoping to attract.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah. So if you're a writer and you want to do website copywriting,
right,
make sure to include some website copywriting samples.
Show them what they want to see.
Exactly.
So you've got your skills, you've got your portfolio now.
Well, now you've got to get yourself out there on the right platforms.
Now, which ones are those?
The source specifically mentions some major freelance marketplaces.
Okay.
Upwork, Fiverr, Freelancer.com.
So these are like hubs that connect freelancers with clients.
Exactly. They make it much easier to find work.
Sounds like a good starting point.
Definitely. And there's a really interesting suggestion in the material about pricing your services when you're first starting out.
Okay, what is it?
Well, they recommend starting with slightly lower rates than you might ultimately want to charge.
Really? Why is that?
It's all about getting those first few clients and building up some positive reviews.
Like a bit of a reputation boost.
Exactly. Think of it as an investment. Good feedback is so valuable.
Yeah, it's social proof.
And then once you've got a solid track record, you can increase your rates.
Makes sense. So you're not stuck at the low rate forever.
Not at all.
The source also gives some really practical advice about how to approach freelancing.
Yeah, it stresses the importance of being super responsive to client inquiries.
Okay.
Delivering top-notch work every time and treating it like a real business.
Not just like a side gig.
Right. It's about building a sustainable source of income.
And what kind of income are we talking about here?
Well, the source suggests that with some consistent effort, you could be looking at anywhere from $500 to $5,000 a month.
$5,000 a month?
It's possible. Of course, it depends on a lot of things.
Sure.
Your skills, the time you put in, your rates, and your reputation all play a role.
Of course.
But it just goes to show the potential.
Definitely. All right, let's move on to the next strategy, which is selling digital products.
Okay, so this one's all about creating an income stream that's not directly tied to the hours you put in.
So passive income. Exactly. You make the product once, and then you can sell it again and again.
Without any extra work.
Pretty much. And the source gives some really concrete examples of digital products.
Like what?
Well, they even use the example of an ebook on how to start a side hustle.
Meta.
You could create online courses where you teach people something you're good at.
So like cooking or marketing or fitness.
Exactly. And then there are printables like planners, worksheets, templates, things like that.
I've seen those on Etsy.
Etsy's a great place to sell printables. And then there's stock media, photos, videos, music.
That you could sell through sites like Shutterstock or Adobe Stock.
Exactly.
So the real takeaway here is that you can create something once and then keep selling it without having to do much extra work.
Right. It's all about leveraging your expertise or creativity to build something that can generate income over the long term.
I like that.
So our third strategy is all about starting an online business, which takes this concept to a whole new level.
Oh, how so? Well, while you can definitely sell digital products as part of your online business, it encompasses a wider range of business models.
I see.
And the source points out that starting an online business has become way easier thanks to all the tools and platforms available now.
That's good to hear, because it always seemed like a really daunting task.
It can be, but it's definitely more accessible than ever before.
So what kind of platforms are we talking about?
They specifically mention Shopify, Etsy, and Amazon as great options.
Ah, so those would be the virtual storefronts.
Exactly, and you don't need to worry about renting a physical space or anything.
Makes it much more affordable to get started.
Definitely. And the source details 3 popular business models you could consider.
Okay, lay them on me.
The first one is drop shipping.
Drop shipping, what's that?
It's a method where you can sell products without actually having to store any inventory yourself.
Wait, so how does that work?
The source mentions using AliExpress in conjunction with a platform like Shopify. Essentially, you act as the storefront. And when someone orders from you, the supplier ships the product directly to them.
Oh, interesting. So you're kind of like a middleman.
You handle the customer interaction, but
Yeah.
you don't have to deal with any of the physical products.
Less overhead.
Exactly. The second model is print on demand.
Okay, I've heard of that one.
This is perfect for people who want to sell custom products like t-shirts, mugs, phone cases.
But you don't have to buy all the equipment and make everything yourself?
Right. You work with platforms like Printful and Redbubble, and they handle the printing and shipping.
You just provide the designs?
Yeah. And then the third model is Amazon FBA, which stands for Fulfillment by Amazon.
FBA, got it.
This lets you sell your products through Amazon,
Okay.
but they take care of everything else: storage, packing, shipping.
So you just focus on creating the products and marketing them?
Pretty much Amazon handles all the logistics.
That sounds pretty convenient.
It is, especially when you're first starting out.
So what's the best advice for someone wanting to launch an online business?
Well, the force suggests starting small, testing the market, and reinvesting your profits.
So don't go all in right away.
Right. Start with a focused selection of products, see what sells, and then use your earnings to grow the business.
Makes sense. And apparently lots of small online stores have become really successful by following this approach.
Yeah, it's pretty inspiring, actually.
All right, so moving on to our fourth strategy, we're talking about coaching.
Okay, so if you have specialized knowledge or skills in a particular area, coaching can be a really rewarding way to make money.
It's about helping others by sharing your expertise.
Exactly, and the source gives some great examples of coaching niches.
Like what?
Fitness coaching for people who want to lose weight or build muscle.
Oh, okay.
Business consulting for startups and entrepreneurs. Language tutoring, career coaching.
So there's a lot of variety.
Yeah, you can pretty much coach on anything you're really good at.
And is there any specific advice for aspiring coaches?
Well, the source recommends building credibility before you start charging for your services.
How would you go about doing that?
They suggest creating free content on social media.
Okay.
Like post articles, videos, anything that shows off your knowledge and attracts potential clients.
So establish yourself as an expert first.
Exactly, and then you can start offering paid one-on-one sessions or group coaching programs.
That makes a lot of sense.
All right, let's dive into our fifth strategy, investing.
Investing, this is about making your money work for you, right?
Exactly. The goal is to build wealth over the long term.
And the source mentions both stocks and crypto.
It does. For stocks, it recommends index funds, like the S&P 500.
What's an index fund?
It's like a basket of different companies,
Yeah.
so it's less risky than investing in just one.
So it's more diversified.
Exactly, and it tends to grow steadily over time.
And what about crypto?
Well, Bitcoin and Ethereum are mentioned as examples.
And those are considered high risk.
Definitely. But they also have the potential for really high returns.
So it's a bit of a gamble.
It can be. The source also talks about dividend stocks, which are shares in companies that pay you regularly just for holding them.
Oh, that's interesting. So you get a stream of income just from owning the stock.
Exactly. It's like passive income from your investments.
And what's the best advice for getting started with investing?
Well, the source stresses the importance of taking a long-term view.
Yeah.
Don't try to time the market. It's too unpredictable.
That sounds like good advice.
It is. And it also mentions some user-friendly apps like Robinhood, eToro, and Coinbase.
Those make it easier for beginners.
Yeah, but remember, it's always important to do your research before you invest in anything.
Of course. All right, let's move on to our sixth strategy, creating a YouTube channel.
Okay, so YouTube is a huge platform for building an audience and making money.
Yeah, it's definitely not just for cat videos anymore.
Not at all. The source outlines several ways you can monetize a YouTube channel.
Okay, like what?
The most common is through Google AdSense.
Those are the ads that play before or during videos, right?
Exactly. And you get paid based on how many people see or click on those ads.
Okay, what else?
You could get sponsorships where brands pay you to feature their products.
I've seen YouTubers do that.
Yeah, and then there's affiliate marketing, where you recommend products and get a commission if people buy them.
So you'd include a special link in your video description.
Exactly. And for creators who have a big following, they can offer channel memberships or sell merchandise.
So lots of different income streams.
Definitely. But the source emphasizes that building a successful YouTube channel takes time and effort.
Of course. What are some of the key things you need to do?
Well, they recommend focusing on a specific niche, posting consistently, and creating helpful or entertaining content.
So it's all about providing value to your audience.
Exactly. And if you can do that, you have the potential to earn a significant income from YouTube.
All right, on to our 7th strategy, affiliate marketing.
So with affiliate marketing, you're basically promoting other people's products and getting a commission for every sale you make.
So you don't have to create the product yourself.
Nope, you're essentially a connector. You find people who need a product and connect them with the company that sells it.
And you get a cut of the sale.
Exactly, and the source mentions some really good affiliate programs.
Oh, like what?
Amazon Associates is a big one.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
You can earn commissions on pretty much anything sold on Amazon.
Wow, that's a lot of products.
It is. Then there's ClickBank, which specializes in digital products.
Like ebooks and online courses.
Right, and then companies like Shopify and web hosting providers often offer really good commissions.
Because those are high-value products.
Exactly. So how do you actually make money with affiliate marketing?
Well, the source says it's all about creating content that recommends products that would be useful to your audience. It could be blog posts, YouTube videos, social media posts, anything that provides value and includes your unique affiliate links.
That's the key. It has to be genuine and helpful.
All right, strategy number 8, renting out a spare room or car.
This one's all about turning things you already have into income-generating assets.
Like a spare bedroom.
Exactly. The source mentions Airbnb is a great platform for this.
You can rent out a room or even your whole property.
Yeah, and it can be a really consistent way to make extra money.
And what about cars?
Well, there's a platform called Turo where you can rent out your car to other people.
When you're not using it.
Exactly. And the source also briefly mentions renting out storage space.
Because people are always looking for extra storage.
That's right. So you can potentially monetize your garage, attic, basement.
Or even just a spare closet.
Yeah, it's all about getting creative and seeing what assets you have that other people might be willing to pay for.
Makes sense. Any tips for making the most of Airbnb?
Yeah, the source says it's really important to optimize your listing.
How do you do that?
Use great photos, highlight the best features of your space, and set a competitive price.
Okay, so presentation is everything.
Definitely.
All right, let's talk about our 9th strategy, getting a higher paying job.
Sometimes the most direct path to a bigger paycheck is to simply find a job that pays more.
True enough.
And the source outlines a few ways to do this.
Okay, tell me more.
One approach is to ask for a raise in your current job.
But how do you do that successfully?
The key is to research the market value for your skills and experience.
So you know what you're worth.
Exactly. And you can use that information to negotiate a higher salary.
Makes sense. What else can you do?
Well, you can invest in learning high-income skills.
Like what?
Things like coding, sales, digital marketing, those are always in demand.
And they tend to pay well.
They do. And of course, you can always actively search for better paying jobs.
Using sites like LinkedIn and Glassdoor.
Exactly. And the source points out that people who switch jobs often get a significant salary bump.
Oh, really? How much?
They say the average increase is between 10 and 20%.
Wow, that's not insignificant.
Not at all. So it's definitely worth exploring your options.
Okay, and our final strategy is starting a side hustle.
So this is all about generating extra income outside of your main job.
Without quitting your day job.
Exactly. And the source gives some really good examples of side hustles.
Like what?
Blogging is a popular one.
How do you make money from blogging?
You can display ads, use affiliate marketing, sell products or services.
Okay, what else?
You could sell handmade items online or at craft fairs.
How, like on Etsy?
Exactly. And social media management is another in-demand side hustle.
Because so many businesses need help with social media.
That's right. And the best advice for starting a side hustle is to start small and gradually increase your time commitment.
So don't try to do everything at once.
Right. Start with an hour or two a day and see how it goes.
And who knows, maybe it'll turn into your full-time job one day.
That'd be awesome.
So there you have it, 10 different ways to potentially increase your income.
It's pretty impressive how many options there are.
I was amazed by the variety and all the different approaches.
And the thing is, you don't have to choose just one.
Right, you could combine a few different strategies.
Exactly. So, as you've been listening to this,
Yeah.
which of these ideas resonated with you the most?
Which ones seem like the best fit for your skills and your goals?
It's really about finding what works for you and taking that first step.
Absolutely, and we hope this deep dive has given you some inspiration and some practical guidance.
And maybe even a little bit of motivation.
Because you absolutely have the power to increase your income and achieve your financial goals.
You just need to take action.
So what are you waiting for?
Get out there and make it happen.
We're rooting for you.
And we'll be here to support you every step of the way.
Until next time.
Keep learning, keep growing, and keep striving for financial success.
We'll see you soon.
Bye for now.